Okay, let me now bring you to the world of the symbols. What are we going to do with the symbols? We're going to produce them because we said that our focus in speech improvement is the utterance of the words, which means that we're going to produce them and they will not be remain to be symbols, but we will convert them to become sounds. This is what I am saying earlier, that I want us to have a common point of reference. Now, before I present to you the different sounds and symbols, let me discuss with you first the characteristics of the IPA. IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. Okay? Why are we doing this? Why do we have to do this? It's because how many letters do we have in the English alphabet? We only have 26, right? So with those 26, the 26 letters of the alphabet are not enough to represent the different sounds in English. Okay? In fact, as we read them, as they are printed as an alphabet, an English alphabet, they actually do not sound the same as the things that I'm going to present to you. So you have to take note of that. Okay? We are not going to refer them as letters of the English alphabet because our focus here is the symbol, how they are produced. So let's forget about the English alphabet. But let me first discuss with you the characteristics of the International Phonetic Alphabet. Okay? So again, IPA means International Phonetic Alphabet. First characteristic, it says, listen very carefully, the IPA uses one symbol, no? One symbol for each distinctive speech sound or phoneme. In other words, there is a one-to-one relationship between sound and symbol. Take note of this. Whatever is the sound you hear, you're going to represent it with an equivalent symbol. Or, let's put it the other way around. Whatever is the sound that, no, whatever is the symbol that you see, then you have to think that it also represents one and single sound. Okay? So there is a one-to-one ratio between a sound and a symbol. Okay? How do I explain that? I will tell you in the later part. Okay? So take note of that. There is a one-to-one relationship between sound and symbol. One sound is equivalent to one symbol. Second characteristic, the phonetic symbols should be printed rather than written in longhand. I'll show you one example. Okay, let me get back. The second characteristic is that the phonetic symbols should be printed rather than written in longhand. When I say printed, how do you, okay, when you fill up a form, for example, and there is a general instructions at the top of the form that says, uh, please print. So how do you write your name when the instructions would say, please print? Okay? You're going to write your name printed just like, for example, this word. So when we say printed, then kung sa Bisaya pa, hindi siya nakatinalapid. Okay? So everything is printed. Pa-isa-isa. That's what we mean by the second characteristic. Take note of that. The third one, phonetic transcriptions should be enclosed in brackets. Do you see this symbol? This is an IPA symbol. This is a vowel. Okay? And it is enclosed in brackets. What is the difference between a symbol alone that is without brackets and a symbol that is with brackets? Okay? The difference is actually the sound. Okay? if this symbol is without brackets, then I can read this one as a small I, and it's part of the English alphabet. It's a small letter I. But if it is already enclosed with brackets, then I would not accept if you would still tell me that it is still the letter I in the alphabet, because this one is an E. So you see the difference? A symbol with brackets is merely a symbol. I mean, a symbol without brackets is a mere symbol, but a symbol enclosed with brackets is already a sound. That's the difference, okay? So the brackets actually produces the sound of the symbol. Okay? Number 4, there are no capital letters in the IPA. The symbols are written in small letter prints. Okay. Look at this. How do you read that? You read that as Paul. And this, I know that you know that this is a name of a male person. Okay? This is a name of a man. However, if, for example, in the future quizzes that I would require you, and I would ask you to transcribe your name, for example, or transcribe this name, then in your transcription, no, the letter P, the capital letter P in the word, should be lowered down to a small letter p, because the fourth characteristic of the IPA says there are no capital letters in the IPA. You might question me with this symbol. I believe you would argue that this one is a capital letter I in the alphabet. However, when this is already enclosed with brackets, you do not call this one as a capital letter I, because this is an I sound. Or, in other words, to some they would call this one as a short I. So it is not a capital letter I. Remember, there are no capital letters in the IPA. Okay? Next, number 5. Silent letters are not transcribed. Saan na ako? Silent letters are okay. Na-mention ko na yun, di pa?
Mention na.
Okay, I'm talking of the 5th characteristic of the IPA. Silent letters are not transcribed. How do you read this word? This is a wrath. Do you hear the sound of the W in the initial position? No. Okay? This is what we call a silent letter. In other words, since this has no sound, the W has no sound in this particular word, then when you transcribe the word, then you will not find the sound of the W in your transcription. Okay? Because the 5th characteristic says silent letters are not transcribed. Okay? Number 6, double consonants in words are given only one sound, so they are represented with only one symbol. Remember the first characteristic that I discussed earlier? The first characteristic says one sound is equivalent to one symbol. So if you can find 2 vowels or 2 consonant letters in the word that you are going to transcribe using IPA symbols, then the equivalent of those 2 vowels or 2 consonants shall only be one sound. Why? Because, for example, in the word letter, Letter, there are 2 letter T's in there, right? But how many letter T's do you hear are in the word letter? There's only one. In other words, since there is only one sound, then you have to represent that one sound with only one symbol. Okay? For example, in the word wool, W-O-O-L. Or let us say, for example, in the word fool, F-O-O-L. There are 2 double O's in the word. However, you can only hear one O sound. In other words, you have to represent the double O's with only one symbol, because we are going back to the basic that one sound is equivalent to one symbol. The last one. When a word ends in L or R and that final sound is preceded by a front vowel, I'm going to present to you in the later part of this video the the front vowel, then you have to insert the sound, the unaccented schwa, in order to represent the glide of the tongue. You cannot understand this one by now because you do not know what is the unaccented schwa, and you do not know what are the front vowels yet. Not until I have presented to you the 14 vowel sounds. So now we are ready to discuss the 14 vowel sounds. Okay, I'm talking about the high vowel. This is a high vowel and it is an E. This is another high vowel and it is an U. Earlier, I told you this is a back vowel. Now, I am saying this is a high vowel. This one actually is both a back vowel, at the same time, a high vowel. Why? Because when I say back vowel, when I say U, the position of my tongue is at the back. But when I say this is a high vowel, this is a high vowel because the position of my jaw is very high. In other words, the high vowels are produced with my jaw at a very high position. That's why they are called high. Now, speaking of the middle vowel, this is an A, this is an E, this is O, this is O. They all of these four, including this in the central vowels, are considered to be middle vowels. Why are they called middle vowels? Because when I say A, when I say E, or this either an or an O, what is the position of my jaw? My jaw is moving down to the middle. When we compare a middle vowel with a high vowel, no, just like when you say E, of course the jaw is at its highest position. When you say A, the jaw is at the middle position. So when we compare a high, a middle with a low vowel, when I say A and when I say A, the jaw is at the lowest position. Okay? Now, there's still another classification of the vowels. Remember, the third classification is the tense and the lax. Tense, lax, tense, no, lax, tense, lax, tense. This is, there's only one vowel here, so this is considered to be tense, and this is also considered to be tense. Okay? When I say E, or I, or A, or E, or an A, what do you think is the position of my lips? Because when I discuss about the front, the central, and the back, I'm talking about the position of my tongue. When I speak about the lax, the middle, and the low, I am speaking of the position of the jaw. When I speak of the tenseness and the laxness, by the way, let us get back to these tense and lax vowels. What is the difference between a tense and a lax vowel? When I say E as compared to the simple E, what do you think is the difference? No? What classifies a tense from a lax vowel? It's actually the length of the sound. Look, when I say E, no, don't you think that I am prolonging the sound of the E as compared to the I sound? So when I speak of the tense and the lax, I mean to say they differ in the length of the sound. Now we have the fourth classification of the vowels. Okay? Let me talk about the E, the I, the A, the E, and the A, no? Which are what we call the front vowels. Let me ask you, what is the position of my tongue when I produce the front vowels? When I say E, okay? Produce it by yourselves. Follow me and say E. This is I, A, E, and this is an A. Okay? What is the position of my lips? My lips are open wide. They spread because as if I am smiling. In other words, the front vowels, the 5 front vowels are at the same time called the smiling vowels. Prove it, no? Prove it to yourselves that the front vowels are at the same time the smiling vowels by saying E or I, A, and A. Okay? Now, let's go to the back vowels. Again, this is an U, this is U, O, and this is an O. They are, the 4 of these are the back vowels. When I say back vowels, what is the position of the back vowels? What is the position of my tongue? It is at the back. That's why they are called the back vowels. But at the same time, when you say U, O, or O, what is the position of your lips when you produce these back vowels? Huh? Your lips are rounding. That is why, as if you are kissing somebody. Again, you say oo, o, or o. Aren't your lips rounding? In other words, they are also called the kissing vowels. How do you kiss? Huh? Diba? Your lips are protruding. Your lips are also rounding. That's why they are called the kissing vowels. Go na. Okay, let's practice some more. Let's give at least a word or two to every sound. Again, this is a letter I in the alphabet, but it is sounded as an E. To some others, they would call this one as a long E. Long E because it is tense. Okay? And the length of the sound is long. So let us give one sample. Everybody say beat. Do it for yourselves. Say beat. So this is your E sound. Next, the counterpart of the long E is the short I. Just like, for example, in the word bit. Okay? You do not say this one the same as the beat because this is the beat, this one is the bit. Next, let's move to the middle vowel. The sound is an A. I want you to memorize the symbol as well as how they are sounded. This is an A. This is the letter E in the alphabet, but this is sounded as an A. Okay? Just like the word bait. Again, say bait. This is an A. Memorize the symbol. The counterpart of the A is the E sound. This is an E sound, just like in bets. Okay? Next, let's go to the low vowel. There is only one low vowel front at that, and this is the symbol of that vowel. It is as if the combination of the letter A and the letter E in one. And this is sounded as an eh. Well, by the way, we Filipinos do not have the eh sound. That's why this is a very common mistake among Filipinos because we do not have the eh. Okay? Just like in the word bat. You do not say bat, but you say bat. Okay? You do not say man, but you say man. Okay? Cat. That's the eh sound. Now, the first letter of the alphabet is written this way. The small letter is written this way. How do you read this? In the alphabet, this is an A, right? But when I speak of the IPA sound, it is not supposed to be produced as the same as the letter A in the alphabet because this is actually the sound of the ah. No? This is a low vowel, so you have to lower down your jaw to say ah, just like in bot. Okay? Next, let us go to the central vowels, and the first that I'm going to discuss with you is this unaccented schwa. How do you sound this? It's simply an okay? Now, let me give you this word. How do you read this word? How do you read this word? You do not say ago, but you have to simply say ago. Okay? Read it for yourself. Say ago. You do not say ago, but you say ago. Now give me the sound of the letter A in ago. It's an sound. And that is the sound of this symbol. This is what we call the unaccented schwa. So you say ago. You do not say ago. Okay? You do not say again, but you say again. You do not say behind, but you have to say behind. No? It is where the unaccented schwa should come in the word behind. Next, the counterpart of this symbol is this one. If this symbol is used in the unaccented syllables, then this one is what is produced in the accented ones. Just like in the word this is bought. Okay? Remember this word? This is bought. But this one is bought. Okay? The same symbol or the same sound shall also go with the word love. You do not say love, but you say love. Okay? Next, what about this one? This is an air sound. This is actually used in unaccented syllables. How do you read this word? It is swear. What is the sound of the EAR in swear? It's an air. Therefore, the sound of the symbol is simply air. No? More relaxed than this symbol, the counterpart of this symbol, because this one is used in accented syllables. Just like, for example, in this word. How do you read this? This is bird. So what is the sound of the IR in bird? It's an So if this one is the air, this one is the Okay? I'll give you a difference. Let us talk about the word permit and permit. Okay? I'm talking of the and the air in permit and permit. Okay? When I say permit, then what should be the sound of the ER, or what should be the symbol of the ER in permit when I say the word? This one should be the permit. But when I say permit, then the ER in that word should use this symbol. You see the difference of the permit and permit? Huh? This is the air, but this one is the That's why I am saying the air sound in here is used in the unaccented syllables, but this one is used in the accented syllables. Now, back vowels at the same time you're kissing vowels. Lax vowel, this is simply O, just like in Paul. How do you differentiate the spelling of the word Paul with this pole? No? In other words, the letter O of this word is an O sound, but the AU in Paul is an O sound, just like in law. Okay? Law, but this one shall take the LOW spelling, just like when you say low. So you say pole, this is Paul. Last two vowel sounds. Let's start with the lax O, just like in pull. It's very different with the symbol because this one is an oo sound. Remember, this is tense vowel. So when I speak of the tense and the laxness of the vowels, I am referring to the length of the sound. So when this one is pull, then this one should have this spelling. How do you read the word? This is pool. Again, differentiate. This is pull. This one is pull. So remember your 4 classifications of the vowel sounds. Now for your assignment, I want you to master the 14 vowel sounds with the symbols and with at least one uh, sample word in every symbol. Okay, so all in all, you have your 14 vowel sounds. The next time I'm going to see you again, I'm going to discuss about the double vowels, which we call the diphthongs. And later, I'm going to discuss the consonant sounds. I hope I have made with you the common uh, point of reference. Okay? So master your 14 vowel sounds. I'll see you again.